Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video on this here channel. If you are here from the title, you already know what's going on, okay? This is for the strictly for the and anybody else who wants to learn about and the Black community and all allies welcome, but y'all are gonna get what I get, right? So to start off, I'm a Black woman with two Black parents, and I don't even want to say my ethnicity yet because of the topic at hand. A lot of those who already know my face know, but I'll get to it later in the video. I want to start off with the statement. I've seen a lot of videos of me talking about this because I've talked about this plenty, especially in my short form. And I think on YouTube, I touched on it in an unpopular opinions, but I feel like this needs its whole episode, babe. So I see a lot of times, like I said in the comments, of people being like, this issue is truly only an issue online. Okay, like I said, I am a rooting for everyone Black type of person. I never meet someone else in person and are like, where are you from? Hmm? Like, I'm never like, Caribbean. No, African. Ugh, you're that? I don't give a. I'm so happy to see anyone from my community because I consider my community the whole diaspora. Like, I never cared. This problem is so stupid. I've never had anyone in person be like, oh, we don't mess with you because of this, or I don't want to hang with you because of this. This really don't be happening. Like, we all just be loving each other to an extent in person. Okay. Main thing I see when it comes to the diaspora wars is like how I am a big believer that within the whole umbrella of the diaspora. Also, I guess for people who aren't familiar with this conversation, when I say that diaspora, I'm referring to the African diaspora, which is all peoples descended of Africans, right? Which technically life started in Africa, okay? Started in the motherland. Um, but evolution happens. Like, I hate I can be the only person who hates when people make jokes about like y'all will see those white people be like, I had 3% African in my DNA test. Or technically we're all from Africa, so aren't I? Don't piss me off. Does me getting I've never taken a DNA test. I should because of a lot of comments I get regarding this issue. But I'm also very like happy in how I grew up. But there could be like a Black person who could get like 10% white European. Does that make you a white person? Does that make you are you invited to the casserole baking? Am I invited to the casserole baking? No. Like, let's stop. So the African diaspora, people where their race is Black. First, I guess we got to start there because some people, if you saw the title of this video, you probably know the difference between race and ethnicity. Race is, like your phenotype, okay? White, Black, Asian. Ethnicity is your country of origin, but sometimes not even of origin because, like I said, the diaspora goes wide. Um, for example, Bob Marley, a Black man, his ethnicity is Jamaican because duh, he's like the face of Jamaica, born and raised. Okay, and then we talk about nationality too. I'm born and raised in America. I'm American, right? So wherever you have citizenship, if I moved to somewhere else and got citizenship, then my nationality could be American and whatever that is. Not that hard to understand, but a lot of people don't understand. So when I talk about the African diaspora, I'm talking about um, all of Africa who is racially Black because we know because of things like Arab colonization and, just people mixing and mingling. Also, not everybody in Africa is Black. Let me put that one Mean Girls meme. Y'all know what went down in South Africa. If y'all paid attention in history, why she was like, if you're from Africa, why? Right? And then there's also North African countries that are like Middle Eastern people because it kind of like connects to the Middle East. But there's also North Africans who are Black. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Same in the Caribbean, how some Caribbean countries have different mixes and stuff, but majority of the Caribbean's countries are Black people. Like a lot of South America too, Afro Latinos, a lot of Puerto Rican and Dominican people are racially Black, whether they like it or not. And then, of course, we have, I feel like the most famous when people think of black, they think of black Americans, black people in the US who don't know their country of origin from Africa because they're descendants of enslaved people who were brought here. They didn't get to document where it was from. So, like, this is our home country now. We have lots of culture influence, a lot on the rest of the diaspora. Okay? That's what I mean. Only on TikTok, only on Instagram is when I started to notice um, that different people from different parts of the diaspora beef with each other. They be in the comments like we don't all look the same. And I know not all of us look the same, but a lot of us look alike, okay? Because newsflash, like I just said, Black Americans are descendants of people from Africa. Caribbean people are descendants of people from Africa. And then in Africa, sometimes there's a little bit of different phenotypes because they have more indigenous features, right? But also like people, Black Americans or Caribbeans can even have those features too, because again, that's the descendants. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about FBA. Okay. FBA versus the people who hate on Black Americans. FBA stands for Foundational Black American. Black Americans, just explain what that is. And then it's different people. Like I see it's Caribbean stuff, but a lot of times I also see it's like Africans. So I feel like there's this is where the diaspora wars come in. So I got online, I started seeing that there's a lot of African people who hate on Black Americans, say they have no culture. You guys' problem is you don't know where you come from. Like you could never be like us, or you guys' culture is just to be ghetto. We're so different. They try to other on Black Americans. And then there's the other side of Black Americans being like, Africa, oh, who are just like, we're our own. There's some who are super delusional. I don't even want to get into this. Like, I'm wondering if I'm gonna get people fighting in the comments the way that I do on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. It's scary because I didn't really touch on this on YouTube. But then there's those people who believe like the only racially black people are if you're Black American, which is crazy because they're descendants of Africans, which is where like the whole race part comes into. There's a couple delusional ones who don't believe that the slave trade happened and that, oh, we just sprouted, and try to discredit like the actual indigenous cultures of this land. Because like I said, I live in America. And it's just crazy. Like, why are y'all look like, when I see the diaspora wars, it looks like that one Spider-Man meme of them all looking the same and pointing to each other. Like, oh? And that's exactly how stupid they be looking, fighting, being like, we don't look like each other. We're not ghetto like you. We don't, well, our food doesn't smell bad like you. Well, it's like little kids fighting. You know what? I think when a racist person is getting ready to call you the hard ER, I don't think they're like, is this Caribbean or he's African? I don't know. Let me think about what country he's from before I spread my racism. I don't think that's what they think. And also, we don't get what opinions that like racist people have, but from the outside looking in, to me, it just kind of shows how stupid it is because also as a Black person part of the diaspora, a lot of times I can't differentiate. Like I made friends with people and I kind of just assumed they were Black American because that's like the majority of what's around me, and they're African and like nothing changed. Like I understand in the diaspora that some things, like although I say I'm rooting for everybody Black, I see us all as one because we have so much influence of each other from the different parts of the world, from the Caribbean to Africa to here. But there still are differences. Here's the grand reveal to some people who could tell or couldn't. I'm a Black American girly. So on down, okay? Black American mom, dad. Both my parents are from California, but both of them have roots who lead back to the South, like most other Black Americans. And I cannot tell you how 50, probably more, but I'm gonna just say 50% of the time, people think I am Eritrean or Ethiopian. Are you Habesha? Are you Habesha? I was so lost when I first heard that because I didn't grow up with any friends from that part of the diaspora. So I was like, what that mean? When I started looking up pictures, I was like, wait, these girls are T. Like, why do they look like my sisters? For real. Like, I get comments, DMs probably almost every day being like, I know you're one of us. I know you're one of us. I'm not, but hey, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. Like, that's another fight where people get so mad. They're like, you can always tell. Like, why would you ever mistake me from that? I literally don't. As long as you know I'm a bad black woman from whatever part of the diaspora, I'm turned, y'all. Like, I remember last year was my first time because I want to expand my taste buds. I've mostly grown up in my culture, but now at this point, I've tried Ghanaian food, Ethiopian food, Jamaican food, and I think that's the only like part of the diaspora I've tasted so far. I really, really want Nigerian food so bad. But when I went to get Ethiopian food, immediately, the guy accent, I could tell he's from Ethiopia, older man, like old enough to be my dad, immediately came up, salam, blah, 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 speaking in Amharic to me, just looking at me like, I said, I don't know what you're saying. He's like, what? You not Ethiopian? I heard you ordering and stuff. I was like, no, it's my first time eating it. I've heard the food. And he was like, oh wow, I thought you were like, it's just like y'all be so mad in the diaspora, like fists balled up, like you can always tell we're so different, we're not the same. You can always tell? Because I can't. Just like the same time, y'all know how us Black Americans have that joke about the Black Brits and how a lot of Black British people like be playing like these hood roles and then in the interviews like that Drewski skit. So I'm like, I remember that one guy. I don't want to butcher his name. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. But y'all know, Jordan Peele, Get Out. The first like of his movies that blew up. Or I don't know if that's the first one he made. Y'all know the vibes. When y'all were watching that movie of him playing a black American, like before we knew he was British and stuff, I bet nobody was like, I can tell he's not black American, right? Because I looked him up. Obviously, we all know he's British, but he's Caribbean to be exact. He's Guyanese. I bet you when we were watching that movie, no, none of these like FBA people who be sleeping with their fists balled up were like, how dare I can literally tell he's Caribbean. How dare he play that role? Nobody can fucking tell. One of my favorite examples of the diaspora wars too is like I didn't hear anybody crying when we were watching Black Panther. Black Panther is full of African actors, Caribbean actors, Black American actors. And I didn't hear anyone being like, oh, we could tell. It's so obvious. Like, this movie's a mess. No, people from all over the diaspora pulled at our heartstrings. Was like, wow. Like, especially for Black Americans too, seeing like that tie back to the culture, still mixed within our culture. Like, specifically, even me being a girl from Cali, like tying in the Oakland, Northern California, Bay Area culture, and even tied back to the name. This beautiful superhero that is from a mythical part of Africa. So cool, so powerful, so many references from East, West Africa and all that. And then the name is Black Panther. Where do you think they got that from? Where do you think we got that from? Okay, maybe you like how the story starts in Northern California, home of the Black Panther political party, Black American culture, right? Right? It's just like a mix. I didn't hear anybody crying about this movie when it came out. It's just online, y'all want to be miserable. And again, like I have had this one video, I think it was almost a year ago, of, you guys know I make videos just about random thoughts, things that happen. And I made a video very positive about my experience of in the recent years being mistaken from being from a different part of the diaspora. Like I made this video where I was like, people always ask, am I East African or am I Habesha? And yeah, it got like 1 million views, of a ton of people being like, I could see it, like hella cool people across the diaspora, other Habesha people being like, girl, we cousins for real. Like most of the diaspora is so cool. It's just the stupid, ignorant ones who are the loudest. Because then I started getting some messages, not in English, not in English. Okay. And people really think I'm like stupid. Like I said, I'm Pan-Africanist, pro-black queen. Yes, like I love watching videos of the food, the different parts of the diaspora culture. I'm, like I said, all arms. I started looking up what these things that weren't in English were saying because I knew it wasn't good. I knew it wasn't good, by the way. And I seen some other people arguing, being like, "You're making us look bad." Up in those comments, black people, other black people, even though, like I said, some people have a hard time like being outside of Black American and identifying as black because they don't understand the difference between race and this. Yes, you're Somali, you're still black. Yes, you're a Kenyan, you're still black. Yes, like it's really not that hard to understand, at least from someone living in America. Like I feel like if you're an African or something living in America, you should understand it. I could understand more if you didn't understand like the race politics here. But I looked it up. This one comment was specifically from like a Somali person, and I looked up what it meant. And it was like this term in their language is basically, it was their word in their culture for or like nappy hair. Oh, this is so funny. Like I said, it's like that other meme too of like a brown person, brown or black person looking in the mirror and seeing white. I'm like, that's how that person felt being another black person calling me a slave. Okay. Oh, you thought you ate. You thought you ate because of my history. And even though Arab colonization in Africa was a real thing too, but let's talk about it. But like, I was like, to me, that is so like crazy and lame that I made a completely positive video about a lived experience and I got other black people bullying me. Like, that was insane. I literally commented back to like, this is so fucking lame. Like, I know what the fuck it meant. So they probably didn't think I knew what it meant. Silence. And a bunch of other people who were, you know, like Somali too, or East African or Black Americans were all like liking my comment and responding too, like, bruh, like, what are you calling her that for? Like, it's so weird. Like, I just hate like that the loud dummies make it seem like we have issues or like one certain ethnicity or something feels this way about Black Americans or Black Americans feel this way because we literally be vibing. We be vibing. And like I said, I've also made videos, obviously defending my culture because a lot of, like I said, of the diaspora likes to attack Black Americans, say we have no culture when we are the culture. Okay? Like, your edges laid, your streetwear, like there's so many things that people deem as American culture. No, that came from us. That came from us, but you guys just want to cut off the black part, okay? Like I said, when people say like, "Oh, I don't understand Black Americans. They don't have no culture. They don't know where they come from." I'm like, Michael Jackson and Beyonce are the two, like probably the two most famous black people in this world, and they're Black Americans. Their swag, style of music, almost every genre, and you still don't see? No, you're just a dummy. But like I said, so I hold my culture very tight to me because like I said, how some other people from different parts of diaspora and non-black people are constantly disrespecting us and not giving us credit. But like I said, I'm a Africanist girl. I also make videos on the opposite that yes, Black Americans being weird to other parts of the diaspora, I believe it when they say like, oh, Black Americans bullied me. They made fun of my name. Like they used to say my food smells weird. They used to call me like, you know, like they would say there's like names that they called African people, African kids. Like I believe it. Black Americans love to crack a joke. They love to crack a joke. And those jokes are not funny. Like it is not funny for us to already be some like, you know, someone that they discredit and make jokes on and stuff. And it's like, why would we do that to our brothers and sisters? Like, that's not cool. I don't like that. Like I said, how there's some Black Americans who feel like the only racially Black people are us when we're looking at the face of like our descendants. Like, it is just ridiculous. I want all of it to silence down and love each other because we are so much more connected than disconnected, especially in the US. Like, and I feel like it's like when we fight, It's like winning. It's breaking down like the white supremacy. That's what they want to see. This is what they want to see. They want to see us arguing and thinking we're different. You're different. We're not like you. You're not like us. We don't look the same. Yes, they want us to fight so we have less numbers. And a lot of you guys are falling for it, but I never will. Like I said, I've made plenty of videos like this. I am cool with anyone across the diaspora who respects my culture because I respect yours. Okay? Like, I literally made videos before as a Pan African girl. I don't give up. Like, who my future husband is. Just diaspora, African diaspora me. East African, fine shit, West, Caribbean, Afro Latino, another Black American. Like, I don't care. I'm rooting for all of us. And like I said, even though I said that we are a lot more alike than we are different, I do also understand that, like, if I were to date someone outside of the diaspora, we will have this shared experience of being Black, which is something I prioritize, Black family, that understanding. But there could also be cultural differences. A lot of African countries are heavily influenced by religion, have certain things, have this and that. Like, and then also even with my culture, how like me and someone who's not Black American, like they might not get all my references or all the y'all might not have never been to a cookout. Like African parties and stuff could be different. Like there's still cultural differences, but I still feel like we're just more alike than not. And I wish we would all stop fighting because I love us and I attract people to my page that love us too. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And if you guys want to support a Black-owned business that I'm starting, you should follow Solely by Alicia with 3 eyes on Instagram because I will be dropping a shirt inspired by my culture very, very soon. I've been working on this for months. I actually showed you guys in my last video. I also have it on a post on my page. So go check it out because it's really exciting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to another video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!